Praise be to Jesus Christ. Have we really understood who is Saint Joseph? Do we love him as we ought to? Childhood days, we have learned that Saint Joseph was the foster father of Jesus Christ and the husband of Mother Mary. As we grew, many other objectives added to his name, such as the just man, wise ruler, righteous man, silent worker, patron of the dying, etc., etc. Really, who is Saint Joseph? His achievements were focused in doing the will of God always and everywhere. As humans, we consider certain events, happenings, which we fail to understand as God's plan, and we put God to blame. But those who love God for God's sake, it is a will, a favor of God rather than our own favor, seeking what God wants and not what we want in the given situations. The whole life of Saint Joseph was a manifestation of God's love. The ups and downs of his ordinary life situations proved his worth. There were moments of sufferings, but no words of complaint. Occasions to make rash judgment before the Jewish law when Mary was found pregnant, but it was justified by his sensitive silence and complete surrender. The temptations of devil through the emperor, the unavoidable senses, everything was positive for him. The experience, failure to find a suitable place in the inn, did not crush him down. In his tribulation, he turned to God and found solution to prove his righteousness. At the childbirth, joy filled his heart. No sooner the devil sowed the seed of fear and anxiety through the cruelty of King Herod, killing all the innocent babies. Overcoming the situations, Saint Joseph became a terror to the devils by receiving God's revelation through the dream. Understanding the troubles ahead, he started the tedious journey to Egypt in the middle of the night. His prompt obedience and self-surrender won God's favor. As a migrant in Egypt, the inconveniences he faced, the insecurities he experienced, the struggles he underwent with his lively faith, in the silence of his heart, God is my enough, made him to move on. Back to Nazareth, empty-handed, he had to work hard for the livelihood of his family. He fulfilled all his duties to become the foster father of Jesus. In Luke Gospel, chapter 2, verse 52, we read, "And Jesus increased in wisdom and in years and in divine and human favor." From this passage, we understand clearly that the growth of Jesus took place within the Holy Family under the eyes of Saint Joseph, who took the responsibility of raising Jesus, that is, feeding, clothing, educating him in the traditional trade in keeping with the duties towards him as a father. Each of us can discover in Saint Joseph the man who goes unnoticed, discreet and hidden presence, an intercessor, a supporter, and a guide in times of trouble. Saint Joseph reminds us that those who appear hidden or behind the shadows can play an uncomparable role in the history of salvation. Let Saint Joseph guide us and help us to open our hearts to accept God's plan, that we may be upright and righteous after God's will, and that you and I may be able to pray like this: Father, show me how to fit into the plan of yours.